Welcome, body transformers. I am absolutely excited, and so is the rest of the push team. We finally get to unveil what it's going to be like for the next 10 weeks on the push site. Now, right in front of us, we have the internal push site, and we are looking at this education component here. Look, guys, really excited. The push team have been fanatically putting together fantastic programs, and most exciting, some awesome, real life, doable meal plans. And we're really excited about that. We know that you're going to have your bodies feeling better, more energized, reducing toxins and stripping away the body fat by following this. And it's real food. It's doable and it's simple for you to put into place. Now you've got a plan. Just follow it. Today, however, I want to show you around the site and explain to you our programs. Of course, lots of you have your own push trainer, and of course, that's beneficial. Myself, Dion, I have 2 trainers and use them regularly because we all can get something different from working with a personal trainer. In my case, I love the accountability and I love the motivation factor, even for me. And for you guys, it could be the support and the advice, certainly while putting together this program, so that way you have peace of mind and you can accomplish your goal faster. 9 out of 10 people that work with a push trainer do get the results that they're after. However, let's get into it. What I want to do is show you through this site. Really happy we've made it nice, clean, and simple. So first things first, you are here, you've clicked on the week 1 button. If you go back to your dashboard, that will take you back to that opening presentation spiel where you have the recipes, the exercise libraries and so forth down the side. You'll have your goals, the forum and the stats. Now at any time, guys, jump on the forum, use the forum and ask people questions like, hey, I'm having trouble getting my family to follow the meal plans. What would you do? And just see what you guys can come up with as a group. This is going to get all people around South Australia to be able to use the site and coach one another at building a community event so we can all be healthier and certainly happier over this next 3 months for summer. Let's talk about the exercise plan, guys. So right here, click on exercise plan. I've entered now that I'm push the fat beginner. So I'm just going to click on that button. Away we go. I then go over to the exercise plan. This is your week, guys. Now, day 1 to day 7, it's up to you where you put these days, but we do not want to put a strength-based session, and a second strength-based session or a third strength-based session in a row. So what we've done is we've put some strength with some cardio, strength with some cardio, or a light day off on day 4, higher intense cardio here, and then a high intense group training class here. Now, I gather you want to know what's involved. So right now, this is your week. Let's click on the button for day 1. Here, we get to see what's in the program. Right now, I want to explain it to you. Exercise order. That is the order of the program. A being the first one, B being the second exercise. In the case where you've got A1 followed with an A2, that means you straight away go into the next exercise, and I'll explain that, okay? So in this case, we straight away go into the next exercise. Second exercise, what is the exercise that you're performing? Well, third, any advancements, let's not worry about that this week. You'll see that for next week. 3, how many sets you're to perform? So sets being a group of repetitions, i.e. you're going to be doing 2 sets here of 60 seconds. Reps, how many repetitions we're doing or how many seconds we're doing, depending on time or reps what we're counting. Then we've got the overload method. Now this comes back to the exercise order. Here, A1 into A2 is what we call a superset. It means there's no break. You go from one to the next straight away. How do you know that it's straight away? Because under rest, it says 0. So this reads marching, first set, 60 seconds, supersetted with no rest into A2, a leg balance, 1 set, 60 seconds, supersetted, back into the marching exercise because of course we're doing 2 rounds of that. So we'll be doing marching, straight away, into leg balance, straight away, back to marching, and then back into the opposite leg balance here. We then have no rest and come down to B1 and B2, which is again a part of our warm-up or activations, as we like to call them. These exercises here, guys, are warming you up for what's ahead. As you can see, you're looking at doing 60 seconds, 2 sets, so therefore that's 2 minutes with minimal rest, 4 lots of that, which means 8 minutes if everything went perfectly. But of course, that'll take around about 9 to 10 minutes because you've got to get up off the floor, stand up, get back down. This is your warm-up, guys. This is the part of the day where we're using, instead of a cardio-based equipment to get a huff puff going, we're going to be using activations focusing on the core, focusing on building endurance in our leg, tightening up our glutes here, tightening up our glutes and core in a bridge, and then doing some multi-planar reaches, getting some movement and mobility through our hips. Now, right now, that might sound like gibberish. I hope it does, because I'm going to explain further in a moment. And of course, right now is a lot to take on board, so just pace yourself and of course ask us. I'm going to be putting these tutorials out as well as the rest of the push team so you guys get this information. What we then do is we come down to C. For beginners, the week for you guys is all about getting some blood flow and keeping you moving. So we're getting a cardio effect through our weight training. It is a great way to stimulate fat loss, but also build muscle for those beginners. So here we've got C1, C2, C3. As you can see here, we're going to circuit C1 into C2 into C3. We're going to perform 3 sets. A warm-up set just to get a feel for it. Squat press into a body weight row, into a Bulgarian split squat is the program. And the tempo is something I have not mentioned yet. Tempo, the easiest way to understand this is the part of the exercise where you're breathing in is the first letter, a first number there. So on a squat, it's the descent of a squat, okay? But on a pull-up, it's from top down, the descent of a pull-up. So it is opposite in some exercise, and that might be confusing for some of you. What you need to remember is it's the descent, the first one, okay? It's at the bottom of the exercise, the second one. And the third number represents the hard part. So that's the pushing out in a bench press. This is where you breathe out. So if we were doing a squat press, we breathe in and squat down for 4 seconds. We have a cross, meaning nothing, no time, that's 0 rest at the bottom. And then we breathe out and push back up for 2 seconds in the top of the squat press. And at the top of the press, you have no rest and drop back down and start all over again. That is how the tempo works, and there are different tempos for different exercises based on, of course, coordination. The more coordination and proprioception needed for a movement, the more time necessary. For circuit training, we might make it a little bit quicker as well. So that explains what's going on for this program. You then have another following program here, D1, D2, D3, in a superset of this following movement. One of our favorite parts of the program is not the table. That's the boring part. I mean, that's just simply for you guys to be able to follow it. But if you want to see all of these exercises listed here, you will find that all of these exercises are under each day's program. So you don't have to go out, click on exercise library, although you can, and find it. Simply, the whole program exercise library is below that table. So everything that's recorded that day, from marching, we have here up the top, marching, which is actually at the bottom in this case. And then at the bottom, your moderate intensity cardio workout, you have this listed there. So everything that's in order here is below. So you can get a quick snippet, you can see a quick view by clicking on the button, get some tips, and really simply be able to see what you need to do. So let's click on the one leg balance. Coming in here, you'll get a video of one leg balance telling you about how to do it, what it focuses on. Click on the video, make it widescreen by using the toggle full screen button, and you'll be able to get access to a quick video to look at the correct technique to perform that movement. Now, let's just go back on that one. Some of the exercises that you have will actually have no tips based on that. It will just be video only. If that's the case, For instance, you might go into Bulgarian squat and have no tips. That is because it's a supplementary exercise to the squat. So the tips would be the same for that as what it would be for a squat, just with a different setup. So watch the video and you'll be able to see the correct technique and follow, obviously, the tips necessary from whatever is linked to that session or to that exercise. So now, moving on, let's just decrease that size and get out of that for us, guys. So we'll come out of that. Oh, and of course, at the bottom, we have a print friendly button. Click on the print friendly button and you'll be able to print out the entire workout then and there. Really simple. So now, coming back, we go into day 2. Day 2, intervals. This here is going to tell you about what you're going to do on the day 2 program. So we've got intervals round 1. This is a program that's come up specifically for you guys to be able to follow day 2. Now, this is a cardio-based program. This program here really gets you working in a shorter amount of time, working tough, but getting more calories burnt in a shorter amount of time. So we're looking at warming up for 2 minutes, then do a minute at level 6. And level 6 for you, by the way, is think level 1 is up here being sleeping, and level 10 is absolutely no more possible. So we're going to increase the level from 1 to a 2nd minute, 3rd minute, and at the 4th minute, really working hard up at level 9. You're going to do that for 4 minutes. So that's 16 minutes duration with a 2-minute cool down. That's all it needs to be that following day. However, if you've got time, we've asked you to do an extra 15 to 20 minutes of low intensity cardio that day as well. Special mention on following your polar heart rate monitor, so that way you can look at the average heart rate for the program and your total workout duration. What we want to look at here is how long you've worked out for, how many calories, and what was the average heart rate. Really important. The duration will tell us how long, so we can measure it, i.e. 20 minutes, calories, 400 calories, and heart rate average 165. Next week, we might find that you worked out for 20 minutes, but you've burnt the same amount of calories with a lower heart rate. That's a significant increase in your fitness being stated because your heart rate is not working, or your heart is not working as hard as it was, and therefore the heart rate has dropped. That is what we are after with increasing our fitness. So next program, guys, is we've got the home-based superhero. Again, click on that program and get the list of it. Click on home-based superhero here so you can see a bit more about that program and follow the programs throughout the end. Note, for beginners, you have something every day. It's about getting you being active more often. So you've got a long walk on day 4 and you've got some light activity on day 7. Another interval session, perhaps this would like to be on the bike, or you want to do some boxing that day. And on day 6 is a high intensity group training or a class. Now, yes, this is a beginner home-based program, but I have put 1 session a week in there doing some group training or a class. So find the nearest push club near you, because I think it's really worthwhile once a week to go and visit somebody somewhere and to be able to get that motivation needed from having that group setting. If you're unable to do that, guys, then simply complete the home-based superhero program again. Finally, the flexibility worksheet, instead of putting this at the end of every day, because your page will be very long, we've added a page full of flexibility exercise to be doing at the end of your program. So guys, that is your week 1. Your week 1 for Push the Fat the Beginner is all about getting routine, moving more, and achieving the goal that we're after this week, which is find routine, burn some calories, get the rhythm with the nutrition and the exercise plan, and really, let's get the results that you're after sooner. So guys, look out for this over this next week and your weekly education, which is coming. Have a sensational week, and I look forward to speaking to you in week 2.